The Meyers have said a lot about what happened the day Tammy Meyers was killed. The case initially billed as a road rage incident with a stranger that turned deadly. But then it turned out the victim and suspect knew one another, a fact the family knew but police say only found out the day of the arrest. Robert Meyers telling CNN he didn't think it was worth mentioning to police because they did not suspect Nowsch was directly involved until the day he was arrested. Now, for the first time, we hear a few details of the shooting suspect's side of the story. His attorney, Conrad Claus, sat down with us. Was this a case of road rage?
We can say with some confidence there was no road rage.
Can you tell me anything about what he's saying happened?
What we know is that a story kept changing, that it was an illogical story. There's a sequence of illogical and untruthful stories that come out one after the other that just lead you to the inescapable conclusion that you cannot depend upon what the Meyers family is saying occurred that night.
The Meyers family says it is the defendant who is lying, not them. Police are still investigating the case. The prosecution says this is not a simple case, but a case of murder nonetheless.
You know, I don't want to get into the specifics because it would take me about 30 minutes. It is not a straightforward case. It is not a garden variety, run-of-the-mill case. We all know there are certain nuances to this case, but at the end of the day, this young man is charged with a senseless, stupid act of murder, and we intend to prove it in court.
Are you going to say that this is self-defense? Is Erich Nowsch going to say, I was defending myself?
Yes.
Which indicates he was there. I mean, he was in that car at some point. Did he indicate that he was afraid for his life?
Yes, he was afraid for his life.
He claims Tammy's son Brandon Meyers pointed a gun at him before anyone started shooting. Robert Meyers did admit to going over to the suspect's house the day before he was arrested, but says he nor his son threatened anyone. Defense attorney Conrad Claus says his client did get death threats and argues the Meyers story that appears in the police report doesn't add up.
What I'm saying is that for one reason or another, according to Brandon Meyers, Tammy Meyers asked Brandon to forego calling the police and to go out with her to look for somebody that we now know they knew was Erich Nowsch. We know that later, after the police were questioning Brandon as to why they went out looking for Erich, that the reason that he supplied after the fact, after his mother was dead and there was gunplay involved, that was started because they